first came here, was there culture shock? Were you coming from the US and
There was a
then seeing, oh, third world, all the
it was
squatter or
it was
the
I didn't none of that really bothered me. Um, More of my mom, she was like, "What is this?" I say, "Oh, I don't care about any of that stuff." I've I think maybe traffic was the worst thing because like I've never experienced traffic like that. Uh, but the
but you
Jeeps,
adjusted quickly when you moved here, or did it take some time to learn the
uh,
ropes?
I guess it took time to learn the ropes. But you know, the Philippines is a very forgiving country because we're so Western here, and that Western people can come and live without too much culture shock. But this is 1999, so what was happening? Yeah, there's a lot of things I had to learn. I had to learn how to travel by jeep, by tricycle. I had to learn what Morocco was. I had to learn what not to eat and what not to drink. Diniguan, uh, any bird that is not cooked. Um,
Balot,
that's balut. I've had it 2 times in my life.
you like it?
There's no reason for it. There's no, yeah, for me to ever. Do I like it?
Yeah, it has benefits, right? Like
Uh, does it though?
vitamins or
What vitamin?
aphrodisiac or something.
Does
I
it
don't know.
though? Like
Protein, whatever.
at 20 years old, I don't think you need aphrodisiac. Protein? Well, yeah, I guess so. And beak, right? Every everyone needs a little beak, right? You're crunching on. Is that a feather? Like you my foreign friends when they come here, I always do that. They did it to me when I arrived. Like you have to eat balut, you have to eat balut, and you're like, oh, and then you rip the egg when you see the little tiny chicken with the, and you're like, oh my gosh, and you eat it. So that's like a rite of passage. When my foreign friend comes here, friends, I do the same thing, and they're like, what is that? That crunchy thing? I'm like, that's the beak. What's that like? That's a
Feather.
feather, right? They're like, what is that? I'm like, yeah, it's a delicacy. I don't know
Okay.
how, but it is.
Uh, did you feel any discrimination early on? Like,
It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't know
or
if
did
it's
you ever get that
discrimination. No,
treatment?
there's a. I got called until I got called Joe a lot. Hey Joe, hey Joe, and I didn't understand for the longest time what that meant until I understood what it meant, and I was like, okay, whatever. Uh, I can't say that any foreigner uh, is discriminated against here. Well, certain, I guess, certain ethnic foreigners could be, or certain countries. Me personally, no, not so much. Um, the worst thing, and maybe not even then, but now that bothers me is the nosebleed thing. I'm speaking to people in straight Tagalog now, and they're like, oh, nosebleed. I'm like, lul, Tagalog yun, gago. And they're
Straight
like, hi,
Tagalog.
nosebleed. I'm like, that joke is so old. And then like my rebuttal usually is like, how? Okay, sige, kung nosebleed kayo, paano naman ako? Right? Sa Philippines, they have known English for a long time. It's been in, and I wouldn't say national language, but it's been taught in schools forever,
Yeah.
right? So everyone can
Yeah.
speak a little bit of
Filipinos are
English,
very
right?
good in English.
Me, I came here not knowing any Tagalog. So when I try to speak Tagalog, when people say, "Oh, if your nose are bleeding, paano naman yung dila ko?" So like, if your nose is bleeding, then my tongue needs to be amputated. But they didn't get it, and they still don't get it. But
So when
anyways,
did
that's just a
you
pet peeve of
become
mine.
fluent in Tagalog?
I can't say I am fluent. I'm
But you
okay.
can fully understand, converse.
Well, pag meron ito, fluent. This is fluent juice. Flu, fluid juice. Yeah.
Okay.
This is brought to you by this beer. Hold on a second.
So your
Oh,
first job, oh, sige, fluent juice. Wow.
Pastinyawa. Ay, iba na. Okay.
So
Sorry, I went
Bisaya
south. I went
also.
south. Yeah.
Bisaya yun. Okay.
Higugma ko ikaw. Right? Are we gonna? We can't edit. This is
No,
Spotify. We can say
no,
what we
I'm
want,
not
right?
gonna edit.
Yeah, perfect.